if you're considering using voice AI in 2025 for appointment reminders or booking sales calls or customer service, whatever it is, I'm sure you've come to a conclusion, and it is that pricing can get very confusing in this industry. And that's because of a couple things that I'll be talking in this video. So there's going to be no fluff, no bias. I'm just going to break down why voice AI prices are the way they are, what you should look out for, what you should look forward to, and what would be the best option for you. That was a pretty good rhyme, but we'll move past that and let's get into the three different things that you probably are going to be paying for. So one is the setup fee for voice AI. Two is a monthly subscription or retainer. And number three is the minute spend. So I'm going to actually break that down in the opposite order than I said it in, because it's more confusing with the minute spend, less with the retainer, and even less with the setup. So for the minute spend, you're paying for a bunch of things that you are not seeing. So believe me, be happy that you're just paying one price for the minute spend instead of having to pay a million different prices for all kinds of different technologies, because a lot of things cost money within the voice AI industry. The actual call itself is costing money. The AI actually costs money. The speech costs money. Everything costs money. So whatever company you decide to actually go with, they need to charge you for the per minute cost because they have a direct cost for that. It doesn't matter what they're doing, what kind of technology they have, whether they own it or not, they have some kind of direct cost. That's just how these systems work. They have a cost. There's energy costs on the base level, and they need to be paid. So it actually is very, very easy when you just see this amount of cents for this amount of minute spend. That's good. What you want to look out for with the minute spend is when people say unlimited minutes. That is a red flag, okay? Because if you see somebody say unlimited minutes, either it's just a really, really, really low quality technology, or most likely they're actually going to limit your minutes. So it's unlimited minutes for free. However, you only get to use this many per month. And I know that's kind of false advertising, but some people will do that. They'll say unlimited minutes for free, but then they actually limit it on the back end and they just hope you don't go over that, because nobody can just give away unlimited minutes. They'll go bankrupt. Okay. So if you see unlimited minutes, don't go there. The other side of that is if you see somebody charging 40, 50, 60 cents per minute or more, that is a huge red flag. That means their margins are kind of ridiculous and they're taking a lot of money out of your pocket. So don't go for that. The sweet range is anywhere between around 10 cents to 30 cents. That's when you're in a good range. It's fair pricing. They're charging well. Okay, if they're charging less than 10 cents, then most likely it's going to be a lower quality technology. And if they're charging more than 30 cents, they're probably just ripping you off. So you want to be in between there, and that is a good price. Number two, we have the monthly fees and the retainers. Now, these can be all kinds of different things because different kind of companies offer all kinds of different plans. Now, at Nova Echo, we offer a small retainer package. So it's $333 per month. It's small. Almost any business can afford it, and they get a very high ROI from it. And what we do is we give support and we give access to the technology, and we give a CRM as well. So it's pretty base level. You get everything you need, but nothing you don't. There's other companies that will offer, $10,000 a month and they'll build a bunch of agents. But honestly, unless you're an enterprise, you don't need that, because you only need one or two agents unless you have some conglomerate that you need all these different kinds of calls for. Now, that is not 95% of businesses, and most likely it's not your business. So if somebody's trying to charge really large retainers, really large, I would stay away. I think, again, a safe range is anywhere between $250 to $2,000 per month. Above that, if you're a smaller, medium-sized company, it's either a ripoff or they're probably giving you things that you don't actually need. And then on the lower end, if it's under $250 a month, most likely, again, they're not providing great support, or they're overseas, which means the technology probably won't be as good and their support also won't be as good, because support's a big part of that monthly subscription. Or they're just trying to go a really, really large volume play, which means their support also won't be as good. And this is such a new industry. You're going to need support along the way. So I highly recommend going something that's a little bit higher, because you pay for what you get, but not too high to where you're getting things you don't need. Again, unless you're an enterprise or unless you're trying to resell the technology, that's different. Those are going to be higher prices always. Okay, lastly, we have the setup fees. Now, setup fees can range significantly because it really just depends on what you need in your business and what you're trying to get set up. So you're basically paying for time and you're paying for expertise. Now, again, it varies really drastically. I would say if someone's trying to charge you less than $1,500 for a full voice AI setup, it's probably not going to be good, straight up, because you're paying for expertise. That is the main thing. If someone's charging you very little money, they're probably not good at their job, because if they were, they'd be able to charge more. Again, straight up, that's it. Because if you can provide great results to clients, you're going to charge more money. Okay. So under 1500 is like, stay away. That's like going to the dollar store with voice AI. Okay. Now, depending on what you're doing, something like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 would all be reasonable. Those are like the medium tier prices, depending on where you're trying to get set up. Then you have the $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 build outs. If you're a bigger company trying to set up a really big infrastructure and it's going to take a month of work, that's also pretty reasonable. When you're going over that kind of price, over the $20,000, $25,000 setup range, and you're not an enterprise, again, you're probably being ripped off. If you're an enterprise and you have a lot of things set up, again, different story. I just want to make that super clear because those pricings are different because there's so many intricacies and so much legal stuff and so many prompts that need to be changed constantly. So that's completely different pricing because it's just so much volume on those agents. So they need a lot more work. But for the average company, and most likely you, a fair price would be inside of that 2,000 to 20,000 range. Again, I know it's a huge difference, but it depends on what you're trying to get set up. If it's a super, super simple, quick agent, get the 2,000. If it's a super complex whole system with multiple agents that need to be done, or even a text or email element outside of the voice agents, you may be looking at those higher prices. Now, that is what you want to look out for. Those are the pricing ranges that are fair in this industry. And if you've never experienced voice AI before, just take my word of advice. I've been in this industry pretty much since it started being monetized. And if you haven't guessed already, I'm also the founder and CEO of Nova Echo, and we have the best voice AI technology in the world. So if you are looking to get into this space or you are looking to use it in your business, we offer very fair pricing and we do a great job. So if that sounds good to you, then there's going to be a link in the description to book a call with our team and learn more about what the pricing will look like specifically for you and what you can expect, what we give you, and what the timeline looks like for building out all of the agents. Regardless, have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.